Maddie and Devin.
Just a couple of failures. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of just another failure podcast with just the boys in the studio, myself, Devin, my other hairy friend over here. Maddie boy, how are you, buddy?
Dude, the parrots are loud tonight. I can hear them out there. They are freaking screaming.
The wild parrots are alive and well.
The parrots that got Alex just stunned forever, not knowing why they're here or why they're parrots in the sky here. But man, I can hear them tonight out there.
They are alive and well, huh?
But man, it's been a fun couple of weeks. We had two good guests, and last week we were in Idaho. And
yeah, I feel like I haven't seen you since Idaho.
Dude, it's family birthday month, like October.
You literally have a full month
of birthdays.
Like, that's not, I'm like, your whole family was born within that month.
Everyone just like February, apparently, in my family.
I'm over it.
Dude, it's, I just started.
I'm over it.
I literally have a birthday once a week till the first week in November.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's unbelievable.
It's dumb.
Oh, you're telling me, like, I have to do it.
I wouldn't even go.
So it's constantly coming back and forth. Like, oh man, it's.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm not showing up.
Yeah.
After like 2, I'd be like, dude, you're over it. Late.
At least one of them we get to celebrate down here.
Yeah.
Little sister's turning 30 this weekend.
All right. I might be there for that one, but like the rest of them, it's like, dude, mellow out.
But man, like, you're right. I haven't even been around. Dude, it was so fun. Like, I haven't been to a cattle branding in a couple years. So like where I came
cattle brand, like
branding cattle. Yeah,
burn the cattle.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
what did you just hear what I said? By the way, I like
yeah,
I didn't even say it. Like,
your way
that wasn't even English.
Right?
Like, oh my
you have
god,
a big stroke over there. What's going on, man? You just pulled a me.
I sound like that guy from Napoleon Dynamite when they're eating those weird sandwiches.
Dude, my buddy Casey, I was at his house. Dude, I went from Oregon, so I went Idaho with you to Oregon to go fishing. And fishing, I was supposed to hunt, but hunting kind of got switched. So
I love that you are back to saying fishing and hunting. So glad you aren't trying to
I'm
like.
in the season.
I know.
I'm not trying to pronunciate.
Yeah,
right.
You're not trying to be this like weird guy that you're not.
But I went up there. Oregon was sick. The weather was finally fall. So fall. Leaves were changing colors.
So fall.
The water.
How many pumpkin spice lattes did you have?
Oh my gosh, like none. But I smelt a ton of them.
So not that many.
Garrett and his dad came up with us, and they fished on Monday. And so they went out Monday, and like they got like rain in the morning, and then like a pretty solid day of like clear skies. And everyone came in t-shirts, 75 degrees. My dad and I go out Tuesday, and literally, dude, from 5 o'clock in the morning till 3 o'clock in the afternoon, pissed rain, like
pissed,
full on. Like we couldn't even eat our lunch because like our bread would have just got so soggy.
Because you were getting pee-peed on?
Dude, it was so gnarly. And so we caught a ton of fish. We didn't get a lot of keepers on this one just because everything we caught was wild. And for jack salmon, which are like teenage salmon, if they're wild, you can't keep them. You only can keep hatch fish. That means they're released in the river, they're hatched, and you can tell by their fin is clipped. So didn't get any hatches, but a ton of wild fish. It was good. We're going to go back for redemption. Come home to California, dude, and it's just like hotter than hell. Like, dude,
it's been pretty warm again, but I will say it's cooling off, so I ain't even mad about it.
NorCal was literally 100 every day when I came.
Really?
Dude, it was so bad. Like, we were driving home on Wednesday evening, and we got home like at 6:30 at night, and it was like 85 degrees at my parents' house, and they don't have AC or nothing. I was like, dude, this sucks. Like, I'm over it. I'm over being here. I'm over the birthday month. I'm over. Dude, it's just like
I'm over
brutal. So like
over it all.
So Saturday comes around, I'm over at my buddy Casey's, and he's building like this whole swing set for his kid. Dude, he got this like full-on IKEA swing set into his house, and it was
you gotta pull your mic over. You are,
dude. It was just a box of lumber.
You hear that difference right now?
It was literally just a box of lumber with bolts. and we had to figure out how to put this thing together. I'm like, where did you order this, dude?
Like no holes drilled in the
No, there's
lumber?
holes
Okay.
drilled, but you had to like figure out what. It was the dumbest swing set.
Not IKEA. Not IKEA.
Pretty close. Like just a box of wood and some bolts, and like, good luck, boys. But anyways,
That's tough on the streets.
yeah. So, Saturday night, he was like, you know what? I think my brother's got to brand some cows tomorrow morning. Do you want to come over and help? I'm like, dude, I haven't branded cows in a minute. So I was like, yeah, let me know if you guys need ground crew. I'll come out and ground crew because there's no way I'm getting on a horse and roping. Hell no. So
I don't even know
calls
half
me,
the shit you're saying right
dude,
now. So
all right. So like ownership of your cattle, you got an ear tag.
I mean, I know you gotta like brand them. I know that, and like I know you got to like throw the thing, wrap the cattle up. Yeah, I get all that, but like,
so I haven't been around a branding in a little bit, and he calls me up. He's like, yeah, we need help. So I roll over there. All my buddies are out there. A bunch of my buddies I hadn't seen in a long time, and I'm like standing on the other side of the fence for a minute. And my buddy Kyle's like, dude, what are you doing? Get over here. I was like, oh, yeah, all right, I guess I'll help. You know, and I was like,
you had the shirt on that said ground crew.
yeah. I was like,
you're like, no, I'm just ground crew.
He's like, what the hell are you doing over there? Get over here. I was like, all right, I guess I'm planking cows. And so I jump in there, a little rusty. I hadn't been in one for a minute, and the first one gets roped. I get in there, we go to flank it, and I'm just like. And Kyle's like, come on, Matt, get it. He's like, I know it's been a couple years, but you got it. Come on, you got it. I'm like, oh, man. I'm just throwing the team. And then I go to flank a cow. I'm flanking it from the wrong side.
You're like, bruh, I've been sitting at home just watching Netflix in my bed for the past fucking 3 years.
I haven't done man labor in a while.
Yeah, like mellow out.
Yeah. So got the hang of it. By the end of the day, I was like doing better. It just took me like a day to figure this out and finish the brand in. That was fun. And then, yeah, dude. And so now I'm stoked to be back here just for a couple days before I got to go back.
Yeah, before you're bailing again.
But, dude, it was fun. Like, look at this last month. We got Devin pulled, like, one of the clutchest, like, last-minute travel cards ever. We recorded Lindsay's episode. I hope you guys liked Elbay. That was a good time.
Yeah, our trip to Idaho was pretty, like, I mean, you were going regardless.
I was going to Idaho regardless
and
with my dad to look at some stuff up there, and we recorded Lindsay. It's like 10 o'clock at night on, I don't know.
It was like a Tuesday,
Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, it was like early in the week.
Yeah, and I literally like, I was talking to my buddy Bam, who you guys just watched his episode last week, and we go up to Cryptech, and I was like talking to him, and I was like, hey, and he was like, you want to do a podcast? I was like, yeah, what? Hold on. And I was like looking at Devin. I'm like, hey, do you got plans tomorrow?
This was after we recorded,
like
so
10 o'clock at night.
No, it was later than that.
Yeah,
it was like almost midnight.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, you wanna go to Idaho tomorrow? I'm like, what?
We're leaving at 7 a.m.
Yeah, he's like, we're leaving at 7. You want to go? He's like, we're gonna do a podcast if you go. And I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, I'll go if we're doing a podcast, but I don't what like. And he's like, don't worry, we'll book you a ticket right now. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So
I literally went home, fell asleep, and then drove to the airport right away.
Well, dude,
I was like, hey, we're in Idaho.
Devin shows up. We get to Idaho, and then my dad's flight got messed up, so he was supposed to be in like right around the same time as us at like 1. He didn't get up there till like 8 at night.
Yeah.
And so Devin and I have to go kill time in Boise and figure out what the life. Very hipster, by the way.
Yeah. What was up with Idaho was like
Boise.
Very well. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Boise was like. I want to almost compare it to like Laguna.
It was, dude.
It was like very like small shops, like these weird like hipster one-off little restaurants that do like octopus salad.
Devin's phone's on like 1%. He's like, bro, let's go rip the scooters around town, the Uber and what are the Limes. So we found
Yeah,
Spin.
what was that? Yeah, Spin.
And so Devin now has to download an app so he can get a scooter, and so we can go rip scooters
My
around
phone
Boise.
is literally on 1%.
Yeah, and we're trying to manage to get him on a scooter. We rip around, and then we're like kind of over it. Like, all right, we're kind of hungry. Let's go eat. So we find this little main street in Boise, in downtown Boise, And we're looking at all the restaurants. We're like, well, let's not eat heavy because we're going to go meet Bam for Cryptech for dinner. And that's only in a couple hours.
We just want a little snack.
Yeah.
You know, just a little snack hole over.
So we find this restaurant that literally looks like an old saloon from like the 1700s.
And it had like a sick name too, remember?
Yeah.
It like sounded like something
Diablo.
like... Yeah, it was like...
Diablo.
It sounded like something crazy. Like we were going to go in there and like possibly get murdered. So we were like, let's give it a go.
Let's do it. And like you're thinking like, I'm going to be barbaric. I'm going to eat with my hands. Like,
I thought they were going to feed
us. And then like
us...
jokingly, like right before we walk in the door, I'm like, watch Devin, this is going to be like some vegan restaurant. Watch.
Hey. Not a bad call on your part. Not a bad call.
This is how hipster it is, dude. It's like the dopest looking restaurant. Like, sounds just pure pissed. We walk in, they're like, yeah, so we got like tofu.
And the guy that served us too was like, you couldn't have asked for a better, like,
hipster.
This
extra.
guy had like a man bun. He had this weird, colorful button-up shirt with rolled-up sleeve, tight pants, and like the hipster boots on and everything. And we were like, what? Oh my God, Matt, you like legitimately nailed it. He hands us the menu, and there's literally like
5 items.
And
it was happy hour.
And only 2 of them had meat. And we were like, what?
There was like 10 items and 2 had meat.
Yeah, and we were like, oh my God, Matt, you legitimately nailed this. Like, there's no way. And then we asked for like, because they had the... Like he said, it was happy hour, and we asked for like the drink menu or whatever, and one of the things was like bartender's choice or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And we're like, oh, what's that? And he like told us, and it was the most outrageous drink I've ever heard of too. It had like, I've never even heard of everything that was in the drink.
Dude, it was
and it was like smoked and we were like, I don't know, I ain't never seen nothing like that before.
Most like, dude, we ended up in like, it was basically being like downtown LA, Laguna. Yeah, like the most hipster
It was like
neighborhood.
Laguna,
Yeah,
like it
dude.
was like these weird like small shops,
Yeah.
but like everything was like one-off little boutique-y kind of things. Like it was not at all what I was expecting at all.
Yeah, so we do that, and then we're like, hey, let's hit Cabela's. Like, we got to always hit a Cabela's on the road. So we go to Cabela's, and Devin are just being absolute idiots.
Cabela's is also basically the same thing as Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah.
Just in other states.
Yeah, and we're Cabela's owns Bass Pro.
I know, it's the same thing, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we have Bass Pro here. A lot of other places have Cabela's.
It was, like, supposedly known for years. Cabela's was, like, Bass Pro opened in California, but Cabela's couldn't due to gun laws, apparently. There was, like, a whole gun law thing. Right. Even though they sell similar stuff, but that was apparently a reason Cabela's never came to California.
All I know is the fact that we have Bass Pro Shop. Yeah. Like, that just sounds so redneck, and I love it.
Our state is, like, outside of LA, San Diego, and San Francisco. We're pretty redneck.
We're hicks.
Get on I-5, go over the
We are hicks.
Get on the Grapevine on 5 and just Bakersfield to the border of Oregon and take out Sacramento. It's like redneckville cowboy country.
It is
like,
just yeehaw.
And then you go
there.
east outside LA County and you go out to San Bernardino and that. It's like
San Bernardino is not yeehaw. They're just messing around.
Yeah, they're just messing around.
A lot of messing around going on out there. But people yelling at the side of those, you know, wow, here we go, Devin. Come on, pull it together here.
You want a sip of water? Need some oxygen?
Pull
some oxygen, bud. Pull some oxygen.
Good God. Like the semis.
Yeah.
Remember that guy we saw on the side of the road? And he was like banging on the side of it and like yelling at it. And we're like,
dude, yeah, the way to the desert. Yeah.
Good times. Yeah, good times.
But yeah, so we get up there, and then finally I take Devin out to Rio, Idaho. We head out to Haley, Sun Valley, Ketchum. Went out there for the day. Everything was just day trips. Driving long.
Dude, I did not know that I signed up for the whole driving part. I thought we were going to like fly there, you know, get the rental, go check some stuff out, do a podcast, head on back. Matt didn't tell me there was like 2 full days of just driving around.
Great time though. You can't deny like the stuff that you saw and the people that you met.
I mean,
dude, Spear Tactical, come on.
There was definitely good parts of it, but I was still I was trying to figure out what was going on there.
By the way, before we headed out to Haley, Devin and I went over towards Cryptech because we're like, let's just figure out where we're gonna be, where we're meeting them at. Like, let's just go look at the area. So we go up to it's not Meridian. It was I'm blanking. What part of Idaho is that?
I don't know. I don't know where you're going with this story.
The mountain bike track.
Oh, Eagle.
Oh, yeah.
Because you kept thinking it was Eagle,
Colorado.
Colorado, yeah. You kept saying Eagle, Colorado.
So
Yeah, that was sick, dude. We just randomly stumbled upon a bike park. Like,
we're driving around just kind of like seeing what Eagle was all about. And all of a sudden we're like, dude, look at that BMX track. That's like a sick BMX track. So we like parked the car. We're like, let's go check out this BMX track. And then we're like looking around and we're like, dude, check out the hills. There's like people jumping like up in the hills up there.
yeah, they had everything there.
And so Devin and I went up and they had what, like a slalom?
They had a dual slalom course. They had like kind of like a 4-cross track, which is like basically slightly downhill BMX that's rough. I don't really know how to describe that, but it's got like bigger jumps and it's pretty cool. They had everything there, and I was pretty much this close to elbowing a 6-year-old kid off of his bike and stealing his bike so I could ride. But I didn't.
He didn't.
I didn't do it.
We just got very, very close.
I didn't want to be a wanted criminal in Idaho.
That was rad.
Might have got shot.
So we stumbled upon this place.
A 6-year-old probably had a gun.
We were literally putting a post, if you guys saw us, like, who has a bike and lives near Eagle? We need bikes like right now. And
apparently no one in Idaho had a bike.
And if anyone watches this and you guys have bike connections that could just get us traveling bikes everywhere, we'd love this. I mean, we need them. Because we stumble across rad stuff all the time. We have GoPros with us. But, yeah, that was cool. Went out there. Introduced my buddy Devin to a guy that trained some pretty insane people for our country.
That guy was legitimately probably one of the gnarliest people I've ever met.
Yeah, he trained some of our like very elite special forces, and you can tell.
Like, when you just shake someone's hand, you're like, you're gnarly.
Yeah.
When I shook his hand and I just like looked at him, I was like, you're gnarly. Like, just by shaking his hand, I was like, yeah, you're gnarly.
So he has kind of invited you and I back though, this winter, that we can go back and volunteer with him and like do like some of the dirt bike training with the guys and run jet skis, snowmobiles.
I've never ridden a snowmobile, but I'm so down.
Yeah, so he said
just watch me toss myself in front of a bunch of special forces guys. That sounds cool.
You're the instructor for the special force.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so you're gonna want to jump on this. You're gonna grab the. Oh my God.
Yeah, so you guys are gonna want to hop on here. How do you start it?
Why is it still a pool start?
Do you guys?
Devin's pushing.
Do you know how to? Yeah, I'm
Devin's
like, where's
pushing the sled?
I'm like, where's the Kickstarter or the push to start? You guys got one? How do these? No, don't worry, guys. I'm gonna train you guys. Just give me a minute.
It's been a couple weeks. Mine's a little different. I got that 800 model. This is a 1000. This is a little bit different.
I look like Larry and Tyser with the fucking thing from 1989.
Devin's just the guy out in the backwoods of Idaho with just a beer cooler attached to him. Everyone else is doing special forces training. Devin's just rolling a beer back and forth on the course.
Yeah, I have a couple Coors Lights that the mountains are blue on. And I'm just like, you guys gonna go up that hill or what? Go ahead.
Whoa, that was a low F15. Did you guys see that? Yo, Devin, we're doing airstrikes right now.
Cool. I love it.
Yeah. So that was...
no, that guy was and he didn't tell many stories, which I know he can't.
Yeah.
But some of the memorabilia in his house.
The flags, the t-shirts.
The flags, the t-shirts.
The armory.
I'm not gonna say like what other memorabilia was there, but there was some, pretty
historic stuff from war.
Historic stuff from, current wars, I'll say that, which was pretty gnarly to see. Yeah. Like, that guy was a straight badass. And attached the southern accent, because that makes it even more badass when you say badass.
If you guys want to look up Spear Tactical, we can't really tell you much more, but you can go on the website. It kind of vaguely talks about what he does, but that's where we were at, was with Spear Tactical.
And we're not going to name drop, but like, think of any badass that you've ever heard of.
In the military.
In the military, they've
trained
with that guy, and they've slept in that guy's house. So the guy is a little bit gnarly. A little bit gnarly.
So Devin and I go back, and then speaking to just like badass people in military and stuff like that, I introduced Devin to becoming a full-on camouflage hunter, which he's slowly becoming.
Dude, hey, no, funny story, actually. Me, my mom, and my girlfriend. Yeah. We went out to breakfast the other day, and I was talking about how you guys like are like into hunting, and like you guys were going on Bam was going on that trip, you were going on hunting or fishing trip, whatever you were going on, and I was like, dude, after like talking about it, like I legitimately kind of want to go, like, do a hunt.
We got to bring you, dude.
I want to go do one.
I think so.
I want to, like, maybe try and shoot something and get my own meat.
I think a perfect opportunity is going to come up because we have another guest in Oregon where I hunt.
But, like, I need somebody that's going to be able to, to be okay with me having training wheels.
Yeah,
because I'm straight going to be
we'll have
noobing it.
We'll have someone hold your gun up for you, kind of lean into you as you shoot and everything.
Hold my hips. It's all in the hips.
You don't flip over when the gun's
all in the hips.
I think we're going to have to do a trip to deep timber up in Oregon.
Yeah.
And we're going to get him on the podcast and we'll take you out hunting.
I feel like you guys are going to make fun of me because I'm just some fucking SoCal white boy that hasn't been out there in the sticks. But hey.
I think you're going to do good. But
you see me, dude, I'm just going to, next thing you know, I'm going to be like Rambo. I'm going to have like mud under my eyes. I'm going to be so camouflaged you guys can't even see me.
Watch 2021 of Just Another Failure podcast. Devin's going to literally be wearing full camo every
I'm going to be
episode.
doing duck calls and all sorts of weird, like sounding like, I'm going to be like turkey.
He's just going to wear a diaphragm every episode and just be doing turkey calls. Like, Devin, come on, man.
You're like, dude, we're hunting elk. Like, that's not even
we don't
close.
need a hail call. Come on.
And where are you? Why is your camouflage so good? Stop.
Remember Bam was talking about how he loses his bag?
Yeah, he loses. That's going to be me. You're going to lose me in the sticks because I'm just going to be staying still. And you're going to be like, God, Devin, come out. I'm going to be like, no.
We can't see you. He's just going to like tap you on the shoulder. Who did that?
I'm just going to be sitting in the bushes. I can see you.
We're going to see him because he's going to have his stupid white Crocs on. That's the only thing we're going to be able to see. This dumb white. Actually, he'll probably get the Cryptek ones by
Dude,
then.
They're
out of stock. I've been trying to buy them.
I don't think we talked. I don't think like we brought it up, but how Bam was talking when he was going hunting, when he was asking your buddy like, yeah, so where are we headed? And he's like, oh, we're gonna head up the side of the hill here. And we're gonna go over here. And he was like, is it crockable? He's like, what?
Is it crockable?
He's like, is it crockable? He's like, what the hell does that mean? He's like, can I wear my Crocs? He's like, we're going up the side of a mountain. He's
no,
like,
you can't wear Crocs.
Yeah, he's like, so not crockable?
So funny story. Remember how he left that afternoon and went to Oregon? Well, he ended up getting a nice buck while he was out in Oregon that weekend. And he was out hunting in Crocs the whole time. So it's round 2 when he went back.
He legitimately wore Crocs the whole time?
Yeah, pouring rain wearing Crocs.
Dude,
full Cryptek camo, Crocs, his American
Dude, Bam,
flag.
if you're watching this episode, good for you.
Dude, he's
good for you.
How good were his stories, though? You loved Bam, dude.
Bam was an awesome guy. Some of the stuff he was talking about was absolutely, like, the episode last week was phenomenal.
And like
phenomenal.
You guys will learn. I mean, you guys already saw last week's episode. Like Cryptek, Chris Kyle's a part of it. It's been in so many movies. Huge operators wear Cryptek, run Cryptek. Started by former Apache pilots. Like really rad true company. And dude, the best part about this whole trip was Devin and I are getting on the airplane and.
Oh, dude, I forgot about that. That was sweet.
Devin got first class, by the way. If you guys didn't see our stories, Devin actually finally flew first class.
Your boy was in first class for the first time.
And we had just released the episode about first class, like that day, how like he's never been in first class.
Yeah.
And we just released it. So we're getting on the airplane, and Devin and I both sit down, and this guy like turns around and looks at us. He's like, hey, are you guys the podcasters? We're like,
yeah, we're like, who the hell do you think? We were both like, this guy is straight up confused. Like, he thinks we're a different podcast for sure.
Yeah.
We're like, there's no way.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, you just did that, the podcast with Cryptek, right? And we're like, I don't know why. Like, we were so scared. Like, why does this guy know who we are?
Yeah.
Well, you should know who we are. Why do you know who we are?
Dude, we have 262 followers on Instagram.
Yeah, we're like, you don't know us.
And this
don't
guy,
know us, you liar.
So Christian from oh my gosh, I'm being an idiot.
Wow.
Sorry, Christian.
You're just gonna
gonna
butcher his name right here, huh?
Oh, it's Seaside.
Seaside Coffee?
C-State.
C-State.
I was going to say Seaside. Yeah.
C-State.
So this guy Christian from C-State Coffee recognizes us. He's become a buddy now, and that's going to be another podcast for another time. We're going back up there.
And he's also a straight up badass as well.
Yeah, he's a former Marine and veteran.
Wow, let's turn
just,
that off, huh?
Just bring my noise up.
Yeah.
Thanks, sis.
Cool. No worries. We're just doing a podcast. No worries.
So that opened some doors, and then Bam's episode has opened some doors, and we actually have a lot of companies, and we found out that our studio is not hard to travel with.
Yeah, that was sick. We legitimately put everything
in a suitcase
in two bags.
Yeah,
the whole podcast set up in 2 bags
and 2 carry-ons, and went on the road. and had a blast.
Yeah, it was really fun. I had a great time.
And so I know some of Bam's friends have been watching it, and they're reaching out and they want us on the show. So, needless to say, we have a lot of cool people coming on the show. Yeah, there's a lot of exciting stuff. Some people have been offering us some things as well. It's going to be cool. So, I mean, stay tuned because I think 2021 is going to be a really good year for us. We might be upgrading our studio. We have
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. We have someone that is kind of
fingers crossed on that.
Might have offered us something there, but
it would be super cool. But we're not gonna jump the gun on that one.
But I hope you guys have liked the last two guests. We have another guest here pretty soon this week, but like we said, my schedule is just absolutely crazy. Trying to get me in a place to get people to podcast is a little difficult right now. My schedule sucks. So, but I have people lined up, and I actually have talked to a lot of people. In November, as long as my November doesn't go crazy, we have a lot of.
I'm just waiting for the call. I mean, I'm just I'm on call for the podcast basically. Whenever.
I think we might have one this weekend, but I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll probably be. I'm gonna be. I got a little bit of work, but probably just gonna be golfing.
Yeah, you're a big golf guy now.
Dude, I've been a big
golf guy all of a sudden.
Huge golf guy.
This guy's going to be playing in tournaments here pretty soon.
You
went out today. Who won?
I'm a big bogey golf guy.
You and Travis, because we all know you beat Travis last time, so what happened today?
Bro, we were actually just talking about this because we played earlier. He's like, I'm going to get a shout out on the podcast again. Like, huh? And I'm like, yeah. So, hey, Travis, I smoked you again. Like, don't just stop trying to beat me. You can't do it. You can't do it.
He's just catching so much heat.
Dude, I waxed him today. Waxed. Like, I think I beat him by like 10 strokes. Like,
no way.
Waxed.
Just let it happen?
Bro.
Dude.
This guy isn't even on my level.
Man, Trav.
He brought his neighbor Bob too. And Bob's a.
Is that like a code name or?
No, his name's Bob.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That's all I know him as.
Was this the firefighter that we played with last time?
No.
What was that guy's name?
I don't know. I didn't know that guy. No idea who that guy was. But Bob is a great guy as well.
How old's Bob?
Bob's an older gentleman.
Older.
Yeah, I couldn't give you an age. I think he's like 60, maybe 70.
69.
I don't know. He's an older gentleman. He can still play golf.
So that
and even Bob beat Travis.
Travis, dude.
Like, Travis, just go home.
Come on, bud. You got to get your game together, man.
Let him know, Matt.
Dude, he is just catching smoke
Let
on
him
the
know.
show right now.
I'm gonna keep roasting him.
Smoke.
But yeah,
we're gonna have to bring Travis on so these guys can meet him because right now he's just getting smoked.
I think he's got to earn his way. Like, he has to beat me one round to even earn his way on here.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, Travis, that's the bet.
Yeah.
You got to beat
You've
Devin
been called
Gabe.
out.
You're getting called out on the podcast.
He's actually gonna like start training and like
get lessons.
Yeah, he's gonna go get good, and he's gonna come on here and just absolutely obliterate me on here.
We just see Travis.
He's just gonna come on and roast.
Hey,
me.
Travis, you want to ride? He's literally with his golf coach again. He's not riding bikes with us anymore.
Yeah,
he's 4 times a day, full gear, looking like Ricky Fowler Jr. out there.
Yeah, but I mean, it was fun though. I absolutely murdered a couple balls today.
Murdered.
Just walloped. Yeah, how's my descriptive terms right
walloped. Now? Is that like Australian? Is that like Australian like
wallop's like a...
I walloped that ball.
I'm pretty sure that was not even an Australian accent.
Southern,
that was just like...
That was. I'm not really sure what that was.
God, I love your accents. They're terrible.
Oh, they do suck. Why can't I do Aussie? That's like the easiest one to do.
You literally can't do any accent, period.
Like, I just suck off the top of my head.
You literally do Forrest Gump, and that is it.
Yeah,
that's all you have.
That's a good one to have.
It's a good one to have, but it's like literally all you got.
Yeah, it's all right.
I mean, you can't win them all. That's showbiz.
But, dude, after we got noticed on the airplane, it's kind of funny. Like, I was back home in my hometown.
Wait, I think we're skipping a big part of this where I was in first class, and I got a coffee, I got water, I got a cheese plate. This was like a 2-hour flight. Hour and a half.
Devin's living the high life.
And I'm like, what else can I order?
He literally,
for free?
Yeah.
I thought we had to pay actually because they handed us the menu, and I was like, oh, bummer. Like, I gotta pay, but I'm like, dude, I'm in first class. Like, I'm gonna buy some first class stuff. And then I was like, oh, yeah, let me get the cheese platter, which came with some grapes, apples, some cheese, a little chocolate. It was a cool little spread. Oh,
What
some
do they
crackers.
call those? They're like Corette boards or whatever.
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie. Oh, there you go.
What did you just call it?
I don't know. Corette boards. I don't know.
Corette board? Where? What?
I hate those. I'm just not a big cheese
Charcuterie?
fan. There you go. I like the meat and the berries on there. I'm not a big cheese guy. I can't eat raw cheese.
Raw cheese? What?
It has to be cooked.
Okay.
I like it on like burgers.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But the guy handed me the menu, and I was like, that's a bummer. You have to pay for it. And then I ordered it. And, like, I was looking at him, like, waiting for him to tell me a price. And then he's like, all right, I'll be right back with that. And I was like, do you pay after? Or, like, how's this work? Like, what's going on? And then he just comes in and hands me the stuff. And he's like, all right, enjoy. And I'm like, it's for free?
So Devin's been ruined now, so he's definitely not traveling.
And they know your name. That's a trip, too. They actually call you like you're a human.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're not like, what's up, you degenerate piece of
They're like,
shit.
Mr. Foreman, you're like,
Yeah, I'm like, that's
Our
my
dad?
Yeah, I was like, that's my dad. That's my dad. Don't talk to me like that.
So he's been ruined now. He's never traveling economy.
Yeah,
ever
so
again.
now when I get on the next plane that I'm going to get on, where I'm going to be sitting by the bathrooms by the doo-doo station again, it's going to suck.
He's just gonna be looking up at first class. Like, I was there once.
Yeah, I'm going to be
I
like,
was
wow, remember the times?
Those were the memories. Just
Yeah.
gazing.
Yeah, I'm just going to be living in the past, banking off that.
Devin's just gonna be walking by the first class and just giving like just.
I'm just going to
snarl
spit on people. I'm just going to be like, "Pff, I remember when I was you.
remarks. I was you once.
Yeah.
I was. Just don't forget.
Take a good look.
Don't forget you.
This
be
could
me.
happen to you too. Why are you spitting on people? I don't know.
Oh man.
But yeah, that was a good time, man. I had a good time on that whole trip, minus all the driving.
Me getting pulled over. Dude,
After we're literally telling you to slow down, you're like, "No, we're good."
dude, you're on a backcountry road in Idaho. Literally, there's two cars on the road. The car behind me and me. And then like cars would be coming, I'd be slowing down, and then I'd speed up again. Cars, and then literally like one time I slowed down, and then just whoop, I'm like, oh man, super cool cop though.
That guy was really nice, but like,
Dude, so we ate.
what are you doing with your life?
We ate at the Pioneer.
You should have told him that you had to poop.
We should have tried it.
Should have been like, "Hey, I'm
Also-
sorry, it's my birthday and I have to poop."
He's like, dude, you're literally an hour from any town right now.
So
And that's why I'm driving fast.
yeah.
So Devin and I ate at, it's called the Pioneer Saloon in Sun Valley in Ketchum. It's like one of my favorite places to take people. It's an old school restaurant that's just rad, and dude, you get so much food.
Okay, so we were talking about this the whole time too. How we were like, "Oh, Idaho, state of the potato."
Potatoes. Not one potato field.
Never saw one potato field the whole time.
Never.
And then we go to this restaurant, and you legitimately just order, like, it comes with a steak and a potato. That is the meal. And you're like,
and the mini lobsters.
well, yeah, but I mean that was part of it.
Yeah.
The meat and potatoes
yeah.
is what I'm pretty
Getting
sure
at.
shrimp is still meat.
Yeah. True.
But
Little slow.
you're kind of sitting there like, that seems like they should add a little bit more. And then the plate comes and they set this hunk of meat down that is like, I don't even know the thickness of this bad boy.
quarter inch.
That thing was hefty.
Three quarters of an inch.
That thing was thick with 3 C's.
Yeah. So all of us got steak and shrimp. We did the surf and turf, and the shrimp were legitimately like mini lobster tails.
Yeah,
that
those
came,
things
like,
were
And
massive.
they give you like 6 of these.
And then there was a huge chunk of steak. And then I'm going to bring it back around to the potato because this thing,
It was huge.
dude, I kid you not. It was bigger than my hand.
Yeah. No, I mean,
It was huge.
Idaho lived up.
I've never seen a potato that big, ever,
No,
let alone had to eat it.
they lived up to their potato name.
And mama ain't raised no bitch, so you know I had to eat the whole thing.
Yeah, you licked your plate clean.
I did.
So we ate at this place called the Pioneer Saloon. Their
I
food,
like meat and taters.
meat and taters.
I'm a meat and
He
tater.
might be from Southern California, but he's a meat and potatoes.
Southern California.
But he's a meat and potatoes guy.
Oh, dude, I'm a meat and taters boy through and through.
He's a Canadian at heart. But so we get pulled over, and like I post a picture on my Instagram of us like getting pulled over, and like a bunch of people are like, dude, you got pulled over for DUI. They thought I got pulled over for a DUI because we left the Pioneer Saloon. I was like, no, it was at a
'cause
restaurant.
it was a saloon.
Yeah, I
that
was
makes sense. Hey, that's
yeah.
fair enough.
But
Fair
I
enough.
was like, one, if I was drinking and driving and getting pulled over for a DUI, I'm not going to be putting this all over the internet. Like, look it out.
Clearly, if I got pulled over for a DUI, it'd be way worse because we'd be running from the police because we were drunk.
Yeah, you would have saw a way different video than the photo of us casually pulled over on the side of the road with this cop.
Oh my god, that would have been insane.
But I think Devin's going to be ready for another just spare the moment. You know, let's go. Pack the bags right now. We're going to Utah.
Yeah, if you put me in first class again.
Hey, we got a lot of companies in Utah, by the way, that Bam mentioned one of his buddies that does the outdoor stuff. He wants to get on the show, so
well, let's stop talking about it and be about
let's
it.
go, dude. But, dude, all right, so our weeks have been fun. We've been having a good time. But, dude, there was a story that popped up the other day. This girl in Colombia has been missing for 2 years, and they find her body. Or they find her alive in the ocean. So the headline...
I was going to say, I thought you said she was alive.
So the headline reads, Colombian woman missing 2 years found alive at sea. God did not want me to die. And so when you read this headline, you're like, how did someone survive at sea for 2 years?
Yeah, so I have a question. They found her in the ocean?
Yeah, floating. Like a fisherman boat, like a person, no raft, nothing, just floating in the ocean.
What?
So, yeah, your attention's been had. So, remember how we talked about headlines and how they can get a headline and put anything in your...
They swindled you.
They did.
They swindled you.
They did. So, she had been missing. Now, the story's a little different why she'd been missing. One said the Colombian cartel took her, and her family's been searching for her. Then her family came out and said that she was going through some mental illnesses, and she was missing after a bad divorce, and then she said she was trying to commit suicide, and she wandered into the ocean. So she went into the ocean.
What do you mean you wandered into the ocean?
She
you don't just like, oh, what's going on here? Blunk, blunk, blunk.
So
well, I'm in the middle of the ocean. Oops.
No, so like she was going into the ocean to kill herself. So she just went out into the ocean to kill herself, and she was floating out there just hoping to die. She was in the water. So the other side of this... I
mean, if you wanted to do it, like, why wouldn't you just go underwater?
Yeah. So she was floating for 8 hours, though. 8 hours just floating in the ocean. Didn't drown for 8 hours, and a fishing boat came and grabbed her and pulled her
So
aboard.
wait, how did they get 2 years?
Because, like, as a whole, like, from whenever she went missing from her home, whether it was the drug cartel...
Oh, so this was how long she was missing, but she only went into the ocean for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Damn, that's shady, bro. I guess that wouldn't be, like,
but the headline, that
wouldn't be a very good headline. Like, Colombian woman...
found after 8 hours at sea.
Found out 8 hours after sea, but was also missing for 2 years, but it was only 8 hours in the ocean, so she didn't really, it wasn't that crazy.
Yeah, but you put Colombia woman missing for 2 years, found alive at sea.
The 2 years missing part, that's pretty gnarly.
And then you see found alive at sea, you're like, dude, this is like a real life castaway. Like, what was...
Well, dude, there's a movie on Netflix
mermaids?
right now about, like, it's based on Adrift or something.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but...
I was liking it.
It's like a real story about people that got stranded out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
And that is scary,
dude,
bro.
The ocean terrifies me.
I would freak out being stuck in the middle of the ocean. That would trip me out.
I'll fly all day, turbulence, anything, ocean.
That would trip me
I'm good.
out.
I'm good.
I'd lose. I'd probably, like, if I got stuck on a deserted island, if I got stranded in the mountains, like any other thing other than being in the middle of the ocean, I think I could handle. I would go bananas.
Dude.
I'd lose it. I'd literally just, I'd lose it.
100%. Dude, like,
because you're just like, there's nothing.
Nothing.
And you can't just walk around. You can't do anything. You're stuck on your little floating part.
You have no idea where land is.
I'd freak out. I'd absolutely
lose it. It was funny. I was talking to Garrett's dad. He drove home from Oregon with us, and he was talking about, like, when he was younger, how he just kind of took off for 2 months and went to Costa Rica and just
sick as fuck ever.
And so then, like, after he was there for 2 months, he met these people and then took a 2-month sailing trip home to California. Just met a couple.
See, that scares me.
He met a couple with their cat and their parrot and got on their sailboat and sailed back to San Diego. Dude, his stories are insane. He talked about, like, hitting these, like, 30-40 foot seas and, like, their boat, like, coming apart. Dude, like, gnarly stuff. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'll stick in the air. I'll go hit turbulence and go fly through the air. I don't need to be. I don't need my boat to come apart and then I'm just floating on a raft out there hoping someone finds me.
That's a hard pass for me.
Yeah.
No, that is. I mean, that's still really crazy though that she was gone for 2 years and then, I mean,
resurfaced.
I
Trying to
mean,
kill her.
you know, like
It's a crazy story.
Kind of being stuck in the ocean part is.
But on the other side of
Kinda
crazy
crazy.
stories, dude, Friday in Paris, France,
Paris
a teacher
in Paris,
in Paris,
Paris, France.
a teacher was beheaded in
That's
front
not.
of.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh at that. That's
But
just-
dude, you think about it. It's like
no,
you're-
like you just don't.
Yeah.
People don't get their heads cut off.
Dude,
anymore.
he got his head chopped off basically in front of the school of his high school. He was a high school teacher, and I think he was like a civics teacher or a history teacher. I forgot what one. But he was joking about the Prophet Muhammad in a cartoon strip. And an Islamic student, an 18-year-old Islamic student, took it and beheaded this man in public in front of the school. And this dude, Paris, no, I haven't even seen this trending on social media or anything. The only reason I found out about this was I was watching the news the other night, and like the script at the bottom of the screen was like, teacher beheaded in Paris. I'm like, what? I was like, what is this? And I typed it in. I'm like, dude, no way. So there's like 15 other kids in cahoots with this in custody right now with the.
What, like in cahoots in what way though? Like did they grab him and like hold him down? And was a samurai sword involved?
I haven't seen the video of the beheading, but you know it's probably.
They have a video?
No, I'm saying there. I haven't seen one, but dude, in
I was like, whoa.
today's day and age, it
yeah,
wouldn't
true.
surprise
Everybody's
me.
got a phone.
So basically, there's a whole deal going on about riots, about freedom of speech.
Bro, there is way too many steps you can take before you just
Chop a guy's head
take
off.
someone's head off.
And I mean, dude, we're seeing in America with like Joe Rogan, we talked about how people are losing their freedom of speech and their right to talk about anything.
Yeah, but no one's cutting people's heads off.
No, but like, just how scary is that? Like, how gnarly is that?
Dude.
That people are just there's young generations right now with so much hate in their life and so much just like.
I mean,
If-
like, I
if
get
you're-
mad at stuff, but like, I'm not gonna go cut someone's head off.
Yeah, when was the last time like someone pissed you off and you're like, hold on, I'll be right back, and you
Yeah,
just
you're
go
like,
grab that
let me go
frickin'
to my-
sword.
Yeah, let me go get my kitchen knife and
Yeah,
just go to work.
knock his knees down, tink. Like, okay, yeah, medieval times.
Bro, that takes like a certain type of person too. Like, you're not just
Behead
a
someone.
normal person to just whack someone's dome off.
Unfortunately, that stuff still happens every day, like in the Middle East. Like this.
Yeah,
happens,
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's like kind of like a full different culture, though.
Yeah.
I'm saying
Oh no.
If
in
you're-
first world country.
if you're in a first world country
Yeah.
and you're able to just slice someone's head off, you're a different type of person.
Like, I have so many questions. Like, where it's supposedly like in front of the school or within blocks from the school. I haven't got the area, but like pretty much right near the school, the suburb in Paris.
Does it matter where it happened?
No, but my whole question is, where were bystanders? Where were other people?
Why did no one help?
Yeah, why did no one just like see
I
this
mean, I
kid?
guess when you got like a guy
How
with
b-
a knife, I'm assuming.
How big of a sword? I mean, was it like a gruesome like pocket knife cut his head off, or was it a chop? Like,
was it full?
sorry, this is like very gruesome.
Yeah,
but,
we're
like,
getting gnarly
no,
right now, but I need to know.
But I have
details.
questions, man. Like, yeah, was
And
this
was it off all the way?
there's like that. I haven't found that part of the article, but it just says beheaded. So
Bro.
you have to think of beheaded like your head's not attached to your body.
But
like,
don't
where were-
even, I don't even know how to like.
I'm sorry if I was walking down the street and I saw some kid throwing someone on the ground about to like cut their head off. I don't care what the circumstances. I'm going to stop the scenario to the best of my ability and try to figure out.
But like, what
what's
if the guy
going-
has a knife though? Like, you can't just run up on someone that has a knife that's clearly ready to do something crazy. You're not just gonna be like, "Hey,
Well, that's
buddy,
why- I
how's
mean-
it going?"
In my sense, that's why I always carry.
Yeah, I understand that, but you're in Paris. That's not just a normal thing. People don't just carry guns
No,
around with them.
I got in trouble in Paris for carrying. No, I got in trouble in London for carrying a knife. True story.
Okay,
But
but
we can
that's
talk
what I'm
about that
saying.
another time.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I actually had quick little thing on that. I carry a knife everywhere, and when I'm flying, it's in my backpack. I went to an event. I went to an event.
So you're just gonna show up and
Yeah.
knife fight this guy?
I mean, if he comes
You're
out,
gonna go Pirates of the Caribbean knife, except with knives. Like, you're just ting ting ting
Hey.
ting 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 ting.
I'm gonna
ting.
try to stop the scenario.
Dude,
I'm gonna.
get out of here.
I would try to stop the
Get
scenario.
outta
You
here.
wouldn't try to help someone?
Not the guy had was a crazy. He had the craziest look in his eyes. And homie's got
You're
a
not gonna-
knife. I'm
you're-
not gonna just be like run up on this guy and just be like, "Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, you try to cut that guy's head off? No, out." I'm
No,
gonna
you-
be like, well, "This guy's clearly a little
Throw
crazy."
a rock.
Yeah,
Coming back to throwing a rock and the gnarly stuff. What about the mountain lion chasing the kid in Provo, Utah?
Hey, that
6.5 minutes.
That is the gnarliest footage I have ever seen.
Anyways,
and the way that guy just talks to
a lion.
Was it a mountain lion?
Mountain lion, yeah.
Yeah. The way he's talking to a mountain lion that is...
I'm big.
No. He's like walking backwards and he's like, come on, man. No, dude. Come on. Just stop, dude. Stop following me, man. Like, just go away. Like, I'm going to go that way. You go that way. Like, this thing wants to murder you, dude, and you're just chilling.
Pissed. Like, when that thing just...
And he did that weird, like, slap. Dude, I would have shit my pants.
100%. All day.
And then I go...
6.5 minutes. If you guys haven't seen it, go mountain lion chases hiker for 6.5 minutes in Utah.
And I don't know. Like, me and my dad were talking about this because we watched the video. And the whole time I'm like... Bro, there's a million rocks. Why didn't you pick up a rock and throw it at that thing?
Well, he does at the end.
Right, but at the same time, it's like if you bend down, that thing is going to be ready to pounce on you.
That's what we've all come to the conclusion of. That the whole conclusion was, because you can see he's passing rocks.
Because, dude, if I'm able to, pick up a rock, I am nailing that thing.
Because you're thinking in your head probably. You got to think adrenaline's pumping. And
Why did he not try and get
He said he was being big. He said he was throwing. You could hear him.
But he was like going back to he'd be like, stop, dude, just stop. He's like throwing his arms up and like puffing out his chest, and he's like, just stop, dude, just go away. Like I'd be screaming at the top of my lungs, like going ballistic, just being like, please don't eat me.
You got to think trying to, pick up a rock, because you can see there's rocks everywhere, but.
This thing's close.
Yeah, too. And your brain's probably going like...
That thing was not practice social distancing.
No, it did not. And it didn't have a mask on.
Yeah, so rude.
No mask. And, dude, if you slip and fall, you're like, I'm done.
Oh, you're toast.
Yeah,
you're done.
And then trying to bend down a rock, now I'm not in an aggressive stance anymore. Like, there's a lot of things.
I feel like case scenario, too, if that thing actually, went to attack me.
Hand-to-hand combat.
No,
just
my
punch it in the
my
throat.
phone is going.
Yeah.
That thing is...
Throw whatever you have.
Dude, that thing is... I am going to be... the Dodgers are gonna call me to be their backup pitcher because I am throwing a curveball into that thing's ear.
Right.
Like, this thing's got some weight.
Would you try? There you go. Would you?
You know what I mean?
Would you rather punch a mountain lion in the throat or bend down to grab a rock? Could you imagine that?
You just throat punch. Yeah.
Yeah, like if that thing's like coming up to you, just punch that thing in the throat.
What a story if you just hand-to-hand combat.
Well, what was it, Mac, or what was that surfer's name that did it to a great white shark? He punched the shark.
Oh yeah, that thing came up and it was just like
bop,
and the thing's like, hey, mellow out. Like
he went like,
what kind of different human are you that you just sock a great white in the nostril and you're just like back up,
dude? But how gnarly! Like that is just
that was some of the gnarliest footage I've ever seen in a little while. And then the thing just turns around and it's late and just bails. And I'm like, and apparently too, the guy always carries a gun, and he forgot it at home that one day, and I was like, that is crazy.
That is stupid.
Also, I went through the comments on one of the pages that posted that video, and I was laughing because a ton of the people are saying what we're saying, like, why didn't you pick up a rock? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? And I'm like, when you're in that moment, I feel like that's so much harder to be like, I'll just do this. Oh, I'll just do that.
Your adrenaline's pumping.
And one guy says that. He's like, I absolutely would have just picked up a rock and threw it at that thing, and I'm not missing. I'm hitting that thing in the head. And some guy was like, oh, yeah, sure. Everybody's so much cooler when they're not in this spot. And he just responded with, he's like, no, if you knew me and I actually had a gun, that cat was coming home with me. And I clicked on his profile and he's like this gnarly hunter dude.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, I'll give that guy the benefit of the doubt. He probably actually would have did that.
Oh, dude.
But so many people were like, oh, why did you do this? Why did you do that? It's like,
it's always
you don't know.
Dude, 2020.
If you were in that situation, you have no idea what you would do.
Again, why I always carry. Even the wilderness, dude.
I agree with that. That's fine. Because
I'll carry my 9 on me all the time. All the time in the wilderness.
Because in that situation, you could just bop, 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 put up a couple warning shots. I think would be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't fuck with this guy.
Yeah. But circling back, I got in trouble in London because I had a knife in my backpack, went to an event, and then they pulled it out. And I was like, oh, sorry, I forgot that was in there. And then the cops came over and can you come with me? And I was like, yeah. And so I go over and I'm talking to the cops. And they're like, this is illegal to have here. I'm like, sorry, didn't really, I carry this at home all the time. Like, where are you from? I'm like, America, obviously not here. Yeah. The best part was like,
no, you said America.
I have the SOG Trident knife and it has a lock on it, so you like it has a safety on it, so you can't just fling the blade open. And the cop's sitting there like trying to open my knife, and I was like, "Here, do you want me to kind of help you
want to
out?"
show you how it works?
Yeah. And he basically like gave me the 3rd degree. He was like basically telling me I was a felon, and he's like questioning me, and he's like, "How many times have you been to prison in London?" I'm like, never. I mean, honestly, I'm not here to attack anyone. Like,
not once.
I'm sorry.
Yet.
I was like, hey, I'm a flight crew. This is my flight bag. It's in my. You can have it. Like, I don't need it back. Like, dude, the guy like questioned me for like a solid 25 minutes, and like started taking down my information. Wrote like half my name. He's like, well, don't do this again. I was like, all right,
like, yeah, kind of don't plan on it. Didn't plan on doing it the first time. Sorry.
I can't imagine like that guy just probably went back to the police station. He's like, dude, look at this knife. He fell for the knife trick again.
Right, we got a sick ass knife, boys. Look at this. We're stoked. Look at our sick ass knife, boys.
But crazy stuff. What'd you find out about that kid, dude, with the school bus?
Yeah, dude.
The South. If the South couldn't be any more South, Louisiana.
Yeah. This 11-year-old kid in Baton Rouge stole a full-sized school bus, not the little short bus, a full-size school bus.
Not the bus that I went to school on.
Yeah, not the one that Matt was licking the windows on the way to school. A full-size school bus, and proceeded to lead cops on a full high-speed chase. And there is a video. Go on the internet, because you can find anything on the internet. Go on the internet
the
and
kid
look
is
up.
pinned.
Dude, this kid rips through an intersection, like almost jumps the school bus through an intersection. So I have so many questions. 1, how did the 11-year-old steal the school bus? 2, how the hell are you 11 years old and you are just
mobbing the school
ripping
bus?
this school bus? You can't even see over the steering wheel.
Right?
And he's flying.
And dude, this is like an older school bus, like a conventional hood. Like, this thing probably doesn't handle like a NASCAR.
No, this thing's seen some time.
Yeah, this thing don't handle
and
like
this kid is ripping. And look at him just going up curbs. He doesn't even care. But dude, this kid, and I think it lasted for a little while too. That's the gnarliest part.
I think he crashes into a tree or something.
Yeah, he absolutely yard sales the thing at one point. But
look,
dude, he's flying.
By the way, if you're filming something like
I mean, it's a school bus. It probably only goes like 50 anyways. He's going 50.
50, yeah. He's got that thing tapped.
Yeah, he's just got that thing to the floor.
Hey, if COVID's done anything for us, some of the police chases that have happened this year have
phenomenal.
Been the best. Dude,
phenomenal.
We had our boy, running on the horse in Chicago.
Yep.
From the cops, and then California has one about every hour now. We get one about once an hour.
Oh, that actually is
last week.
The U-Haul guy. Yeah, the guy stole a U-Haul truck and just was mobbing.
Mobbing, dude.
Hold on.
They spike stripped him and he's still ripping.
He was ripping with like half a wheel or something.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Hold on. And I forgot. This was the best part. The price tag that's in the whole windshield was still in there. The guy was just driving, and it just was like $19.95.
Oh, the U-Haul one.
The U-Haul one. The whole windshield is taken up by that thing.
Yeah.
And it just says $19.95, and this dude is mobbing.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
that was a good chase.
You gotta appreciate that. I think he, like you're saying, he did get spike stripped, and he was driving around with like one wheel completely off.
Yeah.
Like he was just going for it.
Oh, dude, he sent it. There's been some good ones, dude. 2020 has brought us some amazing.
Oh, this was another one too that I wanted to talk about because this finally happened. Where, I think we've kind of made I'm pretty sure everybody's made the joke about like send nudes being some sort of catchphrase.
Okay.
And Kraft mac and cheese legitimately started a campaign called Send Nudes, where because of the whole COVID thing, you can't see, relatives or friends or something. You can send a box of mac and cheese to somebody, and they used Send Nudes.
Thank you, Kraft.
And people, of course, were up in arms.
Oh, I bet.
You can't say that.
I wanted to start a pho taco truck and call it Send Nudes.
Pho taco?
Yeah. It's not pho taco, sorry. Pho. Vietnamese food. Why did I say taco?
I don't know. That's why I was like, what does the taco have to do with it? And call it send nudes?
Yeah.
See, but it's already been done now.
Yeah, I know. And I thought about doing it with a ramen place.
Yeah, like a ramen place would be kind of funny.
Yeah, send nudes ramen.
But I have to appreciate Kraft mac and cheese stepping up to the plate and using send nudes.
Dude, Kraft.
And it's kind of cool, you're sending a box of shitty mac and
cheese.
cheese to somebody.
Dude, that's so funny. Like, it's rare, but there's like the rare occasion I'm at the grocery store and I see Kraft mac and cheese. I'm like, you know what? I'm having Kraft mac and cheese tonight.
Dude, me and my mom used to destroy.
I'm not gonna lie, dude.
Destroy.
Every now and then, it ain't bad. Like,
we used to rip mac and cheese when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Me and her would crush. Like, we'd split
I love my homemade
a box of mac and cheese and just go to town.
I love like my homemade mac and cheese, but like Kraft mac and cheese ain't bad.
And I was like that weirdo too that I wanted to eat it as fast as possible, and I wouldn't even chew them. I wouldn't even chew the noodles. I'd stick it in my mouth and just gulp.
Gulp.
Like, looking back on that, like, that is absolutely.
Oh my gosh, it's foul.
That is absolutely ridiculous that I used to do that, but I used to crush those things. Same with a cup of noodles. I don't know how I wasn't literally obese the way I used to eat, but I used to crush cup of noodles too. Stick them in the microwave, warm them up, get them. I used to like them.
Drink them.
No, but I used to like them where they were like not fully done. They had a little crunch still.
I still like them.
They had a
like
little
that.
crunch.
I like them a little crunchy.
And then that way you could kind of get a hefty scoop, right?
Yeah.
Like they didn't fall through the fork. And I'd be done with them in 2 bites. I'd just boop. And then I'd absolutely put way too much Tapatio on them as well and turn the thing like
just red. Just blood red.
And I would just boom the noodles and then sip on this. It was basically weird Tapatio tea with floating dehydrated vegetables in them. You know what I mean?
Dude, I still eat. I mean, Top Ramen and Cup of Noodles are still on my
I know,
menu.
but like Top Ramen, you kind of feel better about yourself. I feel like when you're eating
Cup of
Noodle, you're like, wow.
I've been there so many times.
This is bad.
Dude, I've been parts of my life that I survived on Cup of Noodles. And
I used to literally live off of Cup of Noodle and Hot Pockets.
Yeah.
And fruit roll-ups.
There was a time.
Soda.
There was a time.
This is where I go back to how was I not obese.
There was a time.
Maybe I was.
There was a time in my flying career. The only reason I wasn't obese because like at that point I was running. I was legit running and working out every single day. But I was living on those the Tito's burritos that you get like 10 for $1.
Yep.
Dude, Tito's burritos, Cup of Noodles, and PB&J was my diet for
dude, PB&Js are the ultimate struggle food.
Probably like a year.
When you like don't have money,
yeah,
PB&Js are clutch.
Probably like a solid year.
Clutch.
I lived like that for like a solid year, and then like every now and then I church myself up a little bit and I go get a $5 hot and ready from Little Caesars.
Dude, for real.
Dude, that's how I lived for like a year, dude.
Love it.
Those Tito's green burritos, oh, they're so bomb. I still love them to this day.
They have like all sorts of flavors though.
Yeah.
They had all sorts
That's
of
why
goodies.
I loved it, dude,
Yeah.
because you could mix them up and you get 10 for $1.
Yeah.
Dude, I
used to do the Hot Pockets. Those were my go-tos because like they had the ham and cheese, and then they had the what's it called, pepperoni, and I'd throw like one of each in there if I wanted some variety that day. If I wanted, 2 peps, throw 2 peps in there.
Ooh, you went big.
Well, dude, I'd crush them, and then I thought I was an X-Man or something, and like. Why did I say X-Man? It's X-Men.
X-Men.
I thought it was like an
X-Man.
I thought I was like an X-Men. My superpower was I could eat hot food. And like I'd literally, as soon as the timer went off, door was open, grab a Hot Pocket, take a bite, thing is steaming. There's literally lava cheese coming out of it, burning my face, and I'm like,
looks like a complete idiot.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there, slightly chewing, but mostly just trying to get cool air flowing over it.
Could you imagine if your parents had phones back then? Like if your kid did that, you'd be filming this every single time.
Yeah, I'd be like, you're an idiot.
You'd be standing at the microwave.
Or I would be so impatient that I would grab them and throw them straight into the fridge for like 20 seconds. As if that was going to actually cool them down, like I thought that was a thing.
Oh my god, dude!
And I'd wrap right back around.
Just grab your thing of Sunny D in your Hot Pockets.
No, I'd grab
Sunny D.
I'd throw the thing in there for 20 seconds, thinking that boom, that's cooled. same thing. Grab it right out of the fridge. Take a bite. That thing's still lava. I don't know how I don't have 3rd-degree burns on my face. From my childhood?
Dude, what was up with Sunny D? That I to this day I've never liked it. Like that was
Sunny D was so disgusting, but like when you were a kid, it was bomb.
Like watching those commercials. Oh, Sunny D! Like that was
you're like Sunny D's bomb.
Dude,
It was horrible. It's
not even orange juice.
It's disgusting. It tastes like chalk.
Yeah, it's the worst tasting thing ever.
Sunny D is. But I used to crush Sunny D back in the day.
Dude, I wasn't a big Sunny D. I liked Mountain Dew.
Oh my God, don't even get me started on Mountain Dew.
Oh my God, I remember.
My mom used to buy cases.
My parents wouldn't let me drink it because the yellow 5 that was in it.
Yeah, like she used to get like a 12-pack of like Mountain Dews, and like I'd put them in the fridge, and I would be like, "Don't touch my Mountain Dews,
dude!
Like I will murder you over a Mountain Dew."
When Code Red Mountain Dew came out, like that was.
I never liked Code Red. Code Red tastes like cough syrup.
I used to.
It's disgusting.
Kill Code Red.
But Mountain Dew
Tastes
and
like
Dr. Pepper.
Oh, Dr. Pepper's still my weakness to this day.
I don't really drink soda anymore, so I haven't really had it.
I've been a week and a half now, no soda.
I've been like 3 years now without drinking soda.
Dude, I do really good. I can go for like 3 or 4 months and not drink soda, and then there's one day I'll just be there and there's Dr. Pepper. I'm like, oh, there it goes.
I will say I've had like a pretty gnarly craving for like some Dr. Pepper.
I love Dr. Pepper.
I feel like I'm just gonna like blow up if I drink Dr. Pepper though.
Speaking of blowing up, last week, the night before I left for Oregon to go fishing, I was going down and getting Chinese food at like my favorite Chinese restaurant, and I'm standing outside, and all of a sudden I'm like, dude, like the gnarliest cramp just hits my side. I'm like, oh my, like what?
You're like, this is it. This is how it ends.
Dude, I was like, what is this? Like this hurts so bad. And then like I go home and I'm eating and I'm like pushing on my stomach. I'm like, dude, I think like my appendix is like, I think I gotta go get that. Like this sucks. And so we ended up finding out, dude, I got a rib out. Like, I had a rib out, and I don't know how that happened.
What? Really?
Dude, it was the most...
Oh, that's painful. I've heard that's brutal.
Like, 4 days, and I'm just sitting, and, like, every move you make, like, you're trying to sleep at night, and
you're getting
can't
old.
Dude, it sucked, and I'm, like, sitting there, like, I'm at Walmart with, like, my dad and my buddy and his dad, and I'm, like, you can't breathe, and if you, like, cough wrong or if you do anything wrong, dude, like, it literally was the worst pain in my life. And you can't sleep. There's nothing. Like my dad adjusted me a couple times and put this H-wave machine on, but dude, I was having gnarly muscle spasms because of it. It was dude, it sucked. But then what brought me to another funny thing? Have you ever had to sneeze while you pee?
Yes.
Dude, this morning I had like a sneeze attack while I peed. My poor bathroom, dude. Like it's just like it's a wildfire when you just start sneezing while you're peeing. Like.
What do you mean? I think you gotta explain a little bit.
It twitches your whole body. You can't control where you're peeing.
I thought you were saying like you like farted and some shot out the back.
No,
and that's why because you said like there's a wildfire.
Yeah.
Like
oh dude, no, it's just like
the way you said it. I was like, oh my God, you explode.
You cannot aim and pee while you sneeze. Like it's just impossible. It's like whatever's gonna happen during that. Dude, I'm like, oh my gosh, my bathroom. I just had to clean up for a while. I was like, this is bad.
So you just went fire hose and just sprayed everywhere?
Not everywhere, but like definitely hit the seat.
You definitely didn't make all of it into the toilet bowl. Is what you're trying to say?
Oh, I was like, what is wrong with me, dude? This heat wave has just been brutal on me. But you said you had a couple questions. Oh, we have a Halloween special we have to talk about before you get to your questions.
Yeah, I think actually
because after I talked about my bathroom and dude, I used the lawnmower in the shower. I love this thing.
Yeah,
it's so sick.
Yeah.
So if you guys haven't heard us in the past couple of weeks, we have the Manscaped sponsorship, and we have the lawnmower.
The lawnmower.
And dude,
3.0.
So there was a while in my life that I used to like heavily manscape. Like I'm a hairy individual. If you guys saw Elbay's episode, she shaved my chest because I have chest hair.
She did a live yak shaving on Matt's chest.
You could taxidermy an animal after you shave me. Like I'm a hairy. There was a point though that I used to shave all the time when I was a little bit more fit. I was always shaving because it just kind of makes you look more toned.
It does.
And then there was one time I was shaving up and I was like all manscaped, and I saw a photo. I'm like, man, you're kind of let yourself go. You're not as thin anymore. Like I was like, that just looks like a blob. I'm like, yeah, I'm not. I'm not gonna really manscape anymore. I'm just gonna let the Yeti grow. Like just let the Yeti grow. But then lately, I've been into the manscaping a little bit, and I've been kind of cleaning it up, dude. Because
you gotta clean it up.
I look a little scary.
Stay clean.
Chewy's been looking a little scary.
You're absolutely embracing spooky season.
I am embracing spooky season.
Oh God. Well, I mean, it is spooky season, and Halloween's right around the corner.
This weekend.
And I mean, what does a guy, what does a guy call his best friends downstairs?
What's he call him? What's he call him?
His testy besties, of course.
Oh my gosh, dude!
And since it's spooky,
this is
season,
also the corny season.
okay,
Candy corn.
candy corny season.
We'll be here all week.
All right. But yeah, spooky season, Halloween's right around the corner, and you don't want to spook someone with a scary bush. Our friends at Manscaped want to help make your boys downstairs clean and and be best friends of their own. So Manscaped is it's number one in below the belt grooming. Offers precision engineered tools for the family jewels. You might be Chewbacca, Bigfoot, a hairy bear in Matt's case, a Yeti, in Matt's case. But it's what's under the costume that really matters. So don't be that hairy guy. Manscaped is forever changing the grooming game with the Perfect Package 3.0. Inside the Perfect Package, you'll find their electric trimmer called the Lawnmower 3.0, Matt's new favorite tool.
Has a light.
It's waterproof and has skin-safe technology. That's the trimmer that will reduce nicks on your pumpkins. It's
Your pumpkin.
It's another Halloween
for your nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, like he said, we'll be here for a while. You can create less of a mess also by trimming in the shower because it's waterproof.
So
like I said,
your corn cob and your pumpkins.
Shut up, Matt.
You're all weak.
But like I said, you can use it in the shower because it's waterproof, or you can use the Magic Mat. It's a disposable shaving mat. And of course, let's not forget about the Crop Preserver, an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer.
Works wonders. Absolutely love this product.
Exactly. You already put deodorant on your armpits. Why are you not putting deodorant on the smelliest part of your body? You nuts.
You still get a lot of rubbing and friction down there.
Yeah.
This smooths it out.
This is going to help the boys stay smelling nice. The Perfect Package 3.0 also includes the anti-chafing performance boxer briefs for an on-the-go freshness you'll love.
The boxer briefs are amazing because we talked about that friction. We talked about that chafing. There's like a pocket for your balls in these things. So kind of like extra protection for the boys downstairs.
Yep.
They didn't leave any engineering unnoticed when they made this
So not
kit.
only are your boys going to be smelling nice.
Looking nice.
Not chafing. Looking nice. You're going to go put them in a nice, comfortable pair of underooskies.
That protect the boys. And then what else do we get?
I mean,
The shed. We talked about.
We already talked about the shed, but it also comes with a sick little baggie that you can put all your stuff together in for all your on the go needs. So I mean, I'd say it's time to get clean and mean with the Perfect Package 3.0. Get 20% off and free shipping with code FAIL at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with your shipping at manscaped.com and use code FAIL. Trick or treat. Keep your balls neat. Stay sexy this Halloween.
Did you do that then? Trick or treat, keep your balls neat. Is that you?
No.
Is that you? Did you write that?
That might have been me.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to take credit for
Wow. King of corny, guys. King of corny. He'll be here all week.
But stay sexy this Halloween. Your balls will thank you.
Dude, we got the shirt with them.
Yeah.
And it was so funny.
Which their shirts are super comfy as well.
Dude, so comfy. And it says, your balls will thank you on the back.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I'm at my sister's birthday the other night, and I'm wearing the Manscaped shirt.
Yeah.
And my cousin's, like, reading it. She's like, what does your shirt say? She's like, oh, my God. That is the funniest thing
It's a solid, like,
it's an eye catcher.
Tagline, too. Like, your balls will thank you. Like, that's pretty solid.
And, dude,
good marketing, Manscaped. Good marketing.
Love it. And I love being part of the Manscaped pod team. Like,
yeah, the guys over at Manscaped are awesome. Their products are awesome. We use them all the time. I was telling, should I tell that story?
Yeah.
Did I
Sorry,
tell it
Mom.
already?
Inappropriate, but this is kind of funny.
I used the Manscaped trimmer, and cleaned up the boys downstairs, and my girlfriend was like, "Oh, like how good is it? Does it work good?" And I was like, "All right, well, I guess I got to show you." And
You did not.
for anybody that's seen the movie Waiting,
Oh my gosh, dude, you do not.
I pulled out the brain and I showed her the nice smooth boys downstairs.
You did not.
Yeah, I did.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I did. I did it.
This is my co-host. Everyone.
And then I made her watch the movie so she knew what I was talking about.
There you go.
Yeah.
But
Because she was like, I was
I'm
like,
sorry,
it's the
Shane.
brain. And she's like, why is it called the brain? I was like, you're going to learn.
Did you kick her and call her the name?
No, because she didn't know what that was about yet. She would have been scared.
Oh, I can't believe you did that.
But yeah, I made her watch Waiting, and then she understood what the brain was.
Dude, I watched that movie the other night, by the way. That movie never gets old.
It's
And
the
you
best.
you find funnier and funnier lines.
She literally almost threw up with the scene
scene
with the
with
lady
lady
where she's
returning
in
her
that-
food?
Yeah.
The little sea salt
Yeah.
and the little oregano.
Yeah. What are you doing, man? You can't cross Italian and continental. How about a little seasoned salt then?
Oh, man.
Yeah, so
Get over to Manscaped.
go over to Manscaped, use
Support
promo
'em.
code FAIL, get 20% off and free shipping.
Spooky season into the holiday season. Your junk's going to thank you.
Your junk. Nice.
Sorry, your testes besties.
Testies, besties.
Your meat and potatoes.
Yeah, all that.
Your corn cob and pumpkins.
So this is actually kind of...
Do you want me to keep going?
No, please don't. You're absolutely...
sticking
You're
balls.
killing me. No, but this actually is kind of like a good left turn into my questions that I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
Because, again, me and Shane were talking about this.
Shane and I.
Okay, grammar Nazi, mellow out. I had no idea, one, this was a thing. She saw, I don't want to say it was an article, but she saw a thing that, like, there's a lot more people than you think that when they take a shower, they don't wash their, like, lower half. Like, if you're a guy, you kind of scrub the nuts, but that's it. They don't wash their legs.
What?
Yeah, and I was like, that's a thing? Like, people don't, like, soap up.
What?
Yeah,
They
that's
don't-
because they wash their upper body with soap,
Yeah.
and then when they rinse off, the soap goes down.
You still gotta scrub.
So
the
they
leg.
consider that like
No.
clean. And that's what I said.
You
I was
still
like,
gotta
how?
scrub your leg.
I agree, but there's like a lot of people
That's
out
like-
in the world.
You
that,
might as well just wash your hair and let everything just run down off the hair, and then just you're clean.
Bro, I know,
The
and that's why I was absolutely puzzled because I'm like, how do you think that that's okay?
The one thing I need in my shower, I need a foot scrubber because that terrifies me every time I scrub my feet that I'm just gonna end up naked, knocked
Just
out, and then some poor person's gonna have to find me just naked out in the shower, and it's because I was trying to wash my feet like that. I can pick my feet up. I'm not that unflexible. Like, I'm pretty unflexible, but I can still reach my feet.
Yeah.
But dude, it's sketchy. You're in the shower. You don't got a mat
One
there.
foot, you're like, skirt,
Oh,
skirt,
dude,
skirt.
I
Yeah,
need,
no,
I
know.
just
I'm
I need
with
like
you.
a foot.
But that's
scrubber.
what I'm saying. Like, I'm the same way. Like,
Yeah.
I'm washing feet. I'm washing legs. I'm washing it all. It
If-
all gets washed.
If you guys watched Elbay's episode, 30 Seconds Out has the burly brush. Dude, I love that thing in the shower.
Yeah,
Like,
you got to
dude,
get the
I-
back. You got to. Dude, I
That's where
feel.
That's where I'm not so flexible. Like, I only can get so much of my back without the burly brush.
I can go all. I can hit
yeah,
the whole
so
back.
I can get pretty close, but like, dude, the burly brush, you just get that thing just nice and deep in there.
But I kind of, I don't know. This maybe makes me sound like OCD, but I feel like if I don't like wash my whole body, I feel like I'm like not totally clean.
Oh, I'm with you.
So the fact that there's absolute psychopaths out there in the world that
They're not human.
they just hit upper body and then just let it rinse down and they're like, that's clean. You frighten me beyond all belief.
100%.
Beyond all belief. I'm
Ball life.
absolutely puzzled.
What's question 2?
Question 2. This one got me too. And this one might get a little more graphic than people are wanting to hear again.
Uh-oh.
But when you're
Sorry, Mom.
when you're taking
I
a
can't
doo-doo,
control him sometimes.
when you're taking a doo-doo,
And I'm supposed to be the fart guy. Anyways.
yeah. When you're going poo-poo, do you stand up or sit down when you wipe?
Stand up.
Thank you.
I don't want to get my hand in the water.
Dude, apparently like I'm a weirdo because I stand up when I wipe.
Well, when you poop, do you sit with your back against the bowl, or do you sit with your?
I'm mostly kicking it on the knee.
Do you
Like, I'm
ever
mostly leaning
revert? Do you ever
forward.
sit on the toilet the other way so you have an armrest to sit on?
Shh, you don't do that. You're so lying to me.
Dude, my buddy told me that. He's like, dude, that's how I sit on the toilet. Because, like, the seat's not even made to go that way. Like,
I thought you were kind of serious there for a minute. I was going to be like, oh my God. No, but this was a legitimate thing that I thought that was the only way.
Yeah, so
I didn't know that people sit down.
No.
And how do you sit down? Because
I don't have a thing to get through.
I'm not even worried about that. I'm just worried about, like, most of the time I want to turn around and be like, are we good? You know what I mean? Like, everything's digesting properly.
The only time I've ever sat down, but you don't wipe, Japan.
Well, you can't, though, because they have...
Well, they have toilet paper, but they have this whole, like, shower. It's not even just a bidet. They have a whole cleaning process for you. And so, you sit on these toilets, and there's...
Don't they have, like, a toilet and then, like, a weird, like, small bathtub?
No, that's a bidet. That's more Paris. So, in Japan, they have basically a built-in bidet into the toilets, but you sit down, you got to be really careful, because the first time I did it, I scared myself so bad. Because there's a control panel. There's, like, armrests.
Oh, yeah. You got, all sorts
and
of...
it's in Japanese.
You can adjust.
Yeah, it's in Japanese. So,
yeah.
And, dude, I remember I sat down one time and actually bumped it, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, what the...
Oh, yeah.
Hi, what was that,
Just
dude?
hot water right up the bum hole.
Right up. But it's nice because once you figure out the panel, you can get a straight up spray.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
You can get a front to back spray.
You can direct where the spray's going. Yeah. You can soft, hard, however you want it.
You can control the heat.
You could get a deep clean in there if you need it.
The only thing it doesn't have is where I guess you use the toilet paper at the end is to pat yourself dry because it doesn't have a dryer process. Like it needs like a little fan at the end. It's like
so. One of the houses Shane watches, they have a bidet and it's got the dryer.
Oh.
It has a blower on it and it's literally you just sit there and it dries you a little bit and then you just grab like a little toilet paper and just
pat yourself.
Get a little pat and you're done. It's whoa, bidets. Wow, I just stuttered.
Oh, dude, I love
bidets. Are
Japanese toilets are my favorite thing in the world. Did you ever see Why Him?
No.
Oh my gosh, dude, go watch Why Him. It's James Franco. And,
yes.
Yeah, and was it Key or Peel? Who's the taller one? Key. He's like the servant of the house. He's like the sophisticated servant.
Yeah.
And they have the toilets that don't.
And he has to like show him how it works.
And then he has to zoom in on his butthole, and he has to find his butthole through the iPad.
Yeah.
Here we go. It's gonna be nice.
But so, looping back around, I had no idea that it was like a weird thing to stand up to wipe.
You're telling me something new. I don't know.
I had no idea. She like literally my mind was kind of blown when she was like, you stand up, and I'm like, what do you mean? What do you do?
Yeah.
She's like, you stay seated. I'm like, how?
My arm doesn't know. Yeah, what?
I don't know. And
I have questions.
And if there's people out there that sit down
and wipe,
I want some comments.
Dude,
I want an explanation. I want an explanation for your thought process on sitting down when you wipe.
I'd be terrified I'd hit the water. I don't want my hand in poop water.
Yeah, and I just feel like you can't like get a proper cleaning that way.
No.
Like you got to stand up and
I'd be
like
skid marked out.
Yeah.
No.
That absolutely kind of blew my mind.
Man.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Huh.
So there's psychopaths that are sitting down when they wipe, and they're also not washing their lower halves. So they're not even cleaning their buttholes.
But, going on butthole topic, I'm really bummed that you didn't respond to my text the other day on my invention.
Okay, pause, because I was busy, and I did respond.
Not about my invention.
Oh, your invention. Okay. No, I forgot about your invention. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm a child, and my humor level's of a 3-year-old. So I got a new coffee pot, like a tea kettle you put on the stove, and it whistles and stuff. So I'm sitting there, and I ate something the other night, and I was just like a little gassy. I'm like, this is a little rough. And I'm like, so I'm boiling up some water, and it starts whistling. And I'm like, dude, how funny would it be if I can create a tea kettle that either burps or farts and lets you know when your water's ready? Could you imagine, like, you're just sitting in the kitchen, it's like, or it's like a long one, it's like it like squeaks out,
Or I could get behind that. I could actually get behind.
Could you imagine, like,
I feel like we're giving away your idea right now.
Friends are over at your house and like, excuse you, you're like, oh, sorry, water's done with the tea.
I feel like that you're giving your idea out right now.
I know.
So that might
someone's
be.
gonna go make
Someone's gonna
billions.
steal that and make millions, and you're gonna be pissed because you just let it out for faux
But
free.
I have the evidence that I said.
But I thought that you were talking about the other thing that you sent me of Mr. Yoga Guy. Because I opened your message and was so completely confused at what you sent me. So, and I think you actually have to describe that because I don't even know what I was seeing.
Okay, so I was on Facebook the other day, and I'm in these different groups, and this guy had posted about this famous yoga gentleman who was out like in Mojave, and he was anal sunning is what he calls this, anal sunning. So you get a photo of a guy on his back with his legs spread.
Dude, full spread eagle.
Butt naked with his butthole facing the sun.
Buck ass naked.
Yeah.
Feet pulled behind his head.
Yeah, and he said that he enjoyed an amazing, and like when the yoga people get into their, whatever.
Chakras and
yeah, they get real deep,
connected with the
spiritual,
earth.
Yeah. He goes, I had a beautiful moment this morning of butthole sunning for 15 minutes and just really recharge. He calls it his fourth eye, and he goes, I just fully recharged my fourth eye. I'm like, it's called the brown eye, buddy, and we've been calling it that for a while. And he's talking about how
the bunny nostril, bro.
He's talking about, he's like, we have our third eye, but people don't realize you have a fourth eye that you can energize. And I'm like, bro.
Hey, but my favorite part was that he goes, yeah, I felt so invigorated and just, had so much energy. I didn't even need a cup of coffee. As if getting some sun rays in your butthole is like doing a line of cocaine.
He made it sound like that. Like,
dude,
he had so much
was
energy after sunning his butthole. And I literally sat there and I'm like, am I reading this? Am I legitimately this is what today's society does? I was like, I can't. Like, I gave up.
I would be so afraid that I would be sunburning my anus.
Could you imagine, like, you burn your butthole that bad? Like,
like, dude, that one was.
So, if anyone butthole suns or sunning your butthole, if you guys ever sunned your butthole, please let us know.
Please inform me on how well it works.
Yeah,
why you're doing it.
How much energy you have after butthole sunning. Because
is it better than coffee? Prove it.
Is it? Yeah, prove it. Prove it. You won't. Yeah.
But that one, that was like the first thing I think I've seen in a while where
You're speechless.
I was legitimately just like. What?
You got to wake up every morning and get your morning butthole sunning in, and I
didn't know people did that, man.
Dude, I was reading that article and I was
if it works for you, I guess.
All right, I did 15 minutes of butthole sunning yesterday and felt super.
15 minutes is like a legitimate worry to where I might have to rub some sunscreen on my bum hole.
Right?
Because I'm scared I'm getting sunburned.
All right, yesterday, and feel supercharged for my week. I didn't even need a cup of coffee this morning. I woke up bright and early with the sunrise ready for my day. Don't take my word for it. Just try it yourself so you can receive and feel beneficial powers of the sun through your anus. Oh, hold on. I got to keep reading this. Remember to start your week by charging your anus with the power of the sun. Your anus is considered the fourth eye. Your anus is considered the fourth eye and is directly connected to your third eye and pineal gland. Absorbing sunlight through your anus is a great way to recharge your whole system. For many people in the world, their anus is the seat of their consciousness. And their consciousness needs brightening. What better way to brighten your mood by getting the light in the darkest area of your body? If people received nourishing light particles through their anus, I believe there would be far less assholes in this world.
He did not use asshole.
I believe there would be far less assholes in this world.
The audacity. The audacity of this.
Seriously, though, it's important to love your skin and love your body and love yourself wholeheartedly and unconditionally. Spend time in nature's state and nature feeling your sun in your skin through your anus.
What do you mean spend time in nature's state? No one lays on their back buck-ass naked facing the sun with their asshole out. No one does that.
Hey, don't knock until you try it.
I honestly want to see what it's about at this point.
I want to see where you live. I want to see where you live. Go out on that grassy knoll the morning, butt naked, just Morning, neighbors.
Just with my feet behind my neck, just recharging the batteries.
Just the bass assassin just goes by you in the morning with his cup of coffee going fishing. You're like, hey, would you like to come anus sunning with me?
Would you like to invigorate your fourth eye with a nice sun ray towards your bum hole?
Phoenix, I'm just letting you know there might be a video soon of us having to go do anal sunning.
Dude, I feel like, that is where the sun doth shine.
There's a reason it's the darkest place on your body.
If I'm just sitting there.
If God intended me for my anus to have that much sunlight.
Like my hoop's getting burned. I'm legitimately nervous about getting a sunburned hoop.
I don't want to burn my butthole.
No.
Dude, that sounds like the most uncomfortable feeling I've ever had.
That sounds like your butthole's going to hurt worse sunburned than it does after a night of Taco Bell.
Man.
Like, that's even worse.
Yeah.
So the fact that this guy's just telling people to go out into nature's state and just spread eagle the sun.
Tan your anus.
Tan the taint.
Tan the taint. Taint tanning.
Dude.
There's butthole bleaching and taint tanning.
I can't even. I don't.
All right. To wrap it up in the season of Halloween coming up.
Halloween.
Would you rather have a vampire for an uncle, or would you rather have a werewolf for a dog?
I don't want a werewolf for a dog because my dog's badass.
Yeah, but could you imagine having a werewolf for a dog? Your creepy uncle vampire would just always be trying to bite you.
I think I'd want an uncle that's a vampire.
Really?
He'd just be like, "How are you?"
Just counting every morning.
Yeah.
1 sun in your butthole, 2 sun in your anus, 3 sun in your anus.
He would just be walking around like, "Can I have a bite of your neck?" No, Uncle fucking Joe, get away from me, you weirdo.
Uncle Joe.
Oh, I didn't even mean to make that.
No, that
pun,
works perfect. That works perfect.
I didn't even put that together.
I'm gonna take a werewolf as a pet, dude. Those
really?
Things, oh yeah.
For your dog though,
yeah.
You have 2 cool dogs too.
I know, but their buddy would be a werewolf.
I don't know, man.
I think they would be stoked, dude.
Is a werewolf cool too? Is he all right?
The problem is that every time it's on a full moon, he changes back into a human. So.
Yeah, so then you just have a weird human that you're
kicking it with.
Hi. Remember when you were a dog for a day?
Yeah, can you go back to being a dog? I like.
Remember when you just randomly got rabies that night when the moon was full? Yeah, we're just not going to talk about that.
Remember how you accidentally just, you ate the neighbor the other night?
Oops.
Yeah, coffee would be a little weird in the morning.
That's super weird. Okay.
Maybe you need to do a butthole tanning because you're a little bit of a werewolf last night.
That's what I mean. So that's why I'm going to go with creepy vampire uncle.
Creepy Uncle Joe vampire?
Yeah.
I still think a werewolf.
He's like, do you want a cup of coffee? I didn't even know vampires drank coffee, but yeah, I'll have some.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Actually, no, I don't need coffee. I'm going to go tan my butthole. It's way better.
I'm going to supercharge my week.
Do you want to give it a go? Never mind. You're a vampire. I got it.
Can't see the sun.
Afraid of the sun. Got
Get
it.
it.
My bad. Yeah, have your coffee.
Got any would you rathers?
Are we trying to keep it Halloween edition?
I just did.
That was good. That was actually a solid one for off the top.
I partially cheated, but I changed it.
I wasn't prepared. Do you have another one on there? Oh, you got a list. Wow. Okay. Would you rather go trick or treating with a group? That's the dumbest one I've ever seen in my entire life. This stupid ass website says, would you rather go trick or treating with a group of friends or get paid $20 to take a little kid trick or treating? Screw my friends.
$20.
I'm getting $20 and I'm going to have this kid get hooked up with candy that I will eventually talk him into giving me some.
Yeah, win.
How is that even a would you rather?
Wow,
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Okay, how's that one? Would you rather have to sleep in a coffin or have to live in a giant pumpkin?
Oh, live in giant pumpkin.
Yeah.
All day.
Absolutely.
No way am I sleeping in a coffin.
No.
No coffin.
That would scare the shit out of me.
Dude, I'd go full pumpkin, then maybe one day that thing turned into a little carriage.
I feel like it'd kind of be cool to be in a pumpkin, a big ass pumpkin like that actually.
You're just like, dude, this thing's crazy weird.
It'd be like James and the Giant
Hey,
Peach,
Buggy,
but in a
pumpkin.
pumpkin.
Devin and the giant pumpkin.
Yeah.
Bronzy and the giant pumpkin.
I could get behind that, actually. Is there anybody that has a pumpkin big enough for me to fit in?
Let's go grow the world's biggest pumpkin and live in it.
I'm in.
So
I
you get
love
all
it.
soggy though. After we
It's gonna get all soggy. Oh my god.
make
All right, well,
bomb pies every night,
as you
and you'd be slaying pumpkin spice lattes out of it.
dude, pumpkin spice
Let
lattes.
me just carve some off the wall real quick.
Pumpkin spice lattes can literally go die.
Oh man.
I don't even know why that's a thing. They're disgusting.
Oh, I don't like pumpkin flavored stuff.
I'm not a huge pumpkin guy either. Like I can eat pumpkin pie or like like a pumpkin muffin or something. But when you start doing like the pumpkin spice lattes and all the no.
Oh.
Just be a normal person and eat candy around Halloween and just stop.
Right.
Stop with the pumpkin spice everything. Pisses me off. But as you can tell, we were very unprepared for our Would You Rathers this week, so they were terrible.
We cheated.
Yeah, Matt found a website that's actually Halloween Would You Rather, so I kind of like it. But do you have anything else you want to talk about, or are you?
No, I know we got a couple guests coming up. Just hoping we can make that happen somehow this week and next. But other than that, everyone have a happy Halloween. This sucks. COVID's just not letting you party for the weekend and not letting you take your kids trick-or-treating. That's a bummer.
Nah, just kidding. Have fun, party, and take your kids trick-or-treating.
Go do it.
Absolute.
Do what the 4th of July. Do what we did on the 4th of July and do that
Yeah.
on Halloween because we want to see America live. This is America.
Don't let those poor kids not get their candy because of some lame
let
thing
your
going
kids
on.
have fun. Let them dress up. Enjoy the holidays. And I'm stoked we're on the final stretch of 2021. 2020. Whoa, buddy.
Hey.
Jumping the gun.
Hey.
Oh.
Hey,
Hey.
don't be saying stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna put something
Yeah,
out into the world that
bad.
doesn't need to be out there. But thank you guys again for tuning in every week. You guys are awesome. Like, subscribe, follow everything we got. YouTube's, Instagram, everything, because it really
Share
helps
us,
us.
comment for us.
Yeah, please share us. Please, tell your friends, everybody. It really means a lot to us. And
We're still waiting for Colin Would You Rathers too, or any topic, by the way, any topic.
yeah, please send us some Would You Rathers, DMs, whatever you want to send it on. It can be anonymous. If you want us to say who it's from, we can do that too. But start sending some Would You Rathers in the DM on Just Another Failure Pod page on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. Do all that good stuff. Like, subscribe, do it all. We really appreciate it. It helps us out. And thank you to all of our other sponsors too that help us out. Boost Oxygen, our friends over at Manscaped, our
30
boys at
Seconds
30
Out.
Seconds Out.
Thanks, Cryptech, for hooking us up last week.
Yeah, thank you, Cryptech, because you guys have been awesome as well. And thank you to everybody at home that watches and listens.
Till next week.
We'll see you guys next time.
Have a good one.
Good night.
Whoa.